Okay, this is for the video unplugged. We are in Provine 2015, and I am with this young beautiful woman, Gaia Gaja, who most of you have seen before and probably met her, and she is representing Gaia Wine here in the stand where the three people who are the distributors. So I'm going to ask Gaia. Nice seeing you again. Of course, we meet fairly often.
Great to see you.
And tell me, what do you think of the show Provine as such to start with?
It's only the third time I come to Provine. We don't have a long history with this fair.
Okay.
But it's becoming one of my favorite fairs.
Okay.
I tell you that it's a very civilized way of working.
Okay. Okay.
There are a lot of people, and actually, this is a fair that has always been more for Europe. A lot of people coming from North Europe, East Europe. But this year is quite different.
This is your first time?
No, this is my third time.
Okay.
But it's the first time that I see more international people coming.
Oh, really? Okay.
So a couple of people from India came.
Okay.
People from, for example, Mexico, Canada, China. So it's becoming a more important fair.
Okay. So tell me one thing. You used to be in Vinitaly a lot earlier, and but I don't see you guys there anymore. What's the reason?
No, we are at Vinitaly. We always have our little booth. We don't pour wine.
Yeah.
So it has becoming a little bit overwhelming. Too many people, but we are always there. So if you want to stop by, we are there in Italy. Okay. We are in a corridor.
Oh yeah, the distribuzione.
6 and 7.
So what are you doing in that in terms of distribution? Apart from Riedel, I know Riedel you do, of course, but
yes.
What else are you doing there?
I am meeting my friends, my clients.
Okay, like that. Okay.
Yes, but we don't pour wine.
What in terms of Vinitaly and Provine, which do you think is a better show? For the exhibitors.
They are different. Here you can really be happy because you can work, you can easily get to the fair with a train, you can taste wines in a very quite calm and welcoming environment.
The Italian thing is not there.
In Italy,
boom, boom, boom.
I know that is a little bit more chaotic.
Yeah.
So maybe you can be disappointed by that, but anyway I find always a lot of soul and a lot of heart.
Oh yes, of course.
So there are two different things. Here is the business, and in Italy also business, but I don't know, there is a different joy for me to be in Verona.
But tell me, what is happening now with Gaia in terms of the international markets after recession, the 2008 meltdown? What is your experience here?
It's, Italy, it's just, I think, 0.8% of the population of the world. So Italy, it's an important market for me, but it's very important to also to take care of the wine lovers that there are in the world, which is a vast world. And 80% of what we sell is exported. India, it's a market where I must come back.
Yes, you should. You've been missed. Yeah, you've been missed. Yeah. So what do you think of the Indian market? What has been your experience more than 10 years now in India?
I learned from you, and you told me that there is an amazing potential in India because of the young new generation that is craving for learning more about wine and that drinks wine, which is a beverage that is accepted socially, and it's going to be a great market. I think that the taxation in all the different states still is creating some complication for the importation of wine. It's 4 years that I don't come to India, but I must tell you that are many the Indian people that I meet around the world that are involved with wine. For example, if I go to Dubai,
Yeah.
Many of the sommeliers are from India.
Yeah.
They are young, and they are learning a lot. Even if I travel to US, two of the greatest sommeliers in the US are Indian.
Oh yeah, Rajat
Par from Michael Mina, but also Raj is the name of the sommelier from Daniel Boulou. Daniel, who established a restaurant in New York.
Wonderful.
So I have to come back to your country.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I know this year no, but 2016 I will.
Wonderful. That we look forward to that. Tell me, one question I have with this. I always ask everybody: with the global warming, the alcohol level going up, and what do you think about that?
It's 15 years that we are focusing on this problem.
Okay.
When my grandfather was making the wines in the 70s, my father in the 80s, you could easily see that on 10 vintages, 7 were cool, rainy, difficult vintages, and 3 were warm, and those were the great vintages. Today the situation is completely different. On 10 vintages we get 7 that are warm and only 3 that are on the cool side. So it's a major climate change. We work under the sun every day. We produce our grapes, so the majority of our work is spent working in the vineyard. And so by working under the sun, we perceive that the climate has changed, and our focus in the last 15 years has been in finding new ways to manage our vineyard, to find a new way to keep in balance our vineyard, because the technique used in the past, they were fantastic technique for a usual wet, humid, not so bright climate. And now it's changed. I'm not a catastrophic person. I think that we simply have to adapt ourselves. Man always adapted. And there are multiple ways of adapting ourselves. Managing different the canopy of the vines, using in a different way the grassing, doing a pruning and green harvest in different moments of the year, and also focusing and searching for new clones that better perform in warm climate. Nature gave that as well to us. It's about doing more research and looking to find all that. We got some very good results. I think that what I'm presenting here at Provine, it's the 2013 vintage, where we have all wines that I really love, of great harmony and moderated alcohol. To me, that is a result of 10 years of change.
Okay, but how much alcohol is it now, like this 2013 vintage?
When I say moderated, I mean 13.5.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's
it's not 14.5.
Okay, well, that's wonderful. And so what are the wines you are displaying here at the show? And
I'm presenting all the new vintages. So I have Promise, Magari, Sito Moresco 2013.
Camarcanda?
Yes.
And
Camarcanda 2011.
Brunello's also?
I have the Renina Sugaril 2010. I have Barbaresco 2012. That will be released in June. I have some pre-tasting.
And I have always asked this question from Angelo also. You do not promote Barolo anymore. You are Barbaresco. Is that because of the emotional connect, or you feel that in Barolo you need to add Barbera or other grapes to make the wine rounded?
We are, my family started in 1859 making wine in Barbaresco. So we are proudly from Barbaresco.
Sure. For
3 generations my family made only Barbaresco. So Barbaresco is absolutely the most historic wine we have, and that's where our focus is. And then we always try to make things different. We try always to find new way of finding complexity into the wine. And so we decided for our single vineyard, Costa Russi, Soritildin, Sori San Lorenzo, Spers, Contesa, all the wines that we make that are single vineyard, we try to find a different complexity by working with 2 varieties, Nebbiolo, Barbera. But we continue to make the Barbaresco, and we have 1 Barolo. It's called the Dagronis.
Yeah, I know. So, two different vineyards, La Mora and...
90% of what we make is Nebbiolo. But for our 5 single vineyard, it's Nebbiolo with 5% Barbera.
Shall we... what do you think of the 2014 harvest?
You make me a very challenging question.
Yeah, well, you know.
2014 was very challenging.
Yes. And
it was a big surprise.
And we'll know the results 3, 4, 5 years from now. So what you tell me now is going to be recorded.
I think, yes. I think that you never have to judge a vintage, you always have to judge a producer.
Of course.
Every region, look at the region of Brunello di Montalcino, 2,000 hectares, but with so different slopes and altitude. You go from 200 to 600 meters of altitude. There are producers that made very good 2014 wines, even though the majority maybe struggled a little bit. We have no problem in selling in bulks the vintages that we don't like. That's why we didn't make in our winery in Montalcino, we didn't make Renina and Sugaril 2009, but not even 2005, 2003, 2002, and we are ready to sell in bulk the next bad vintage. 2014 for us has been very good. We are very proud of the grapes we brought home.
Wonderful.
Despite the average feeling will be of a challenging vintage, it was very challenging. For what regards Piemonte, Barolo and Barbaresco have been a lucky island. It has been much better the weather than not in Veneto or in Toscana, and so also in Piemonte I'm very happy about 14.
So shall we taste one of your wines, one of your signature wines?
I'm going to give you a treat, an older vintage.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, great.
Sono della Serbia, se interessa qualcuno della Serbia, bene.
Prendi il biglietto, ma io ho già un importatore.
Ok.
Tra 10 minuti, però anche...
Oh wow, Gaia 97, huh? That's
99.
99, okay.
Solista Lorenzo, 99.
Okay, you taste me and tell me what you feel about the wine. So let me have a look at the bottle for a second. Okay.
1999 is one of the most classic and powerful vintages of Piemonte.
Yeah.
You know, it's a wine that it took long time to open up. 99 was very tannic and massive.
Okay.
But now of course it's way after 10 years and we can enjoy it at its best. You have the elegance and the floral and delicate perfumes of Nebbiolo are still there with some earthy mineral.
I always say, or I feel anyway, that Barbaresco is feminine and Barolo is masculine. Is that do you think I'm right in thinking that?
You know, in Barbaresco the soil is a little bit softer than in Barolo, so gives you a softer wine with more open bouquet.
Okay. So what are the tasting notes for you on this wine?
It's
apart from the fact it's very sexy and seductive.
There are a lot of botanical perfume. I can find rosemary. I can find absolutely leather. A lot of dry flowers.
Okay.
Plum. This kind of fruit. A lot of roots. This is very typical of Nebbiolo. Rhubarb. Quinine.
Okay.
So this is an expression of earthiness of the wine.
Okay. Lovely wine, yes. And one last question. I think the last I saw you yesterday, you were not married. And you were probably the most eligible bachelorette in Italy. Any plans to change your marital status or busy in
this
the
video
wine?
is not only a promotion of my wine, but it's a promotion of myself.
Yes, yeah, so so people can apply.
Let's say that is not one of my priorities, the wedding.
Okay.
We will see, Yeah. I'm working on it.
So you work very hard. How often do you travel for business now?
1 week a month. I keep it there. Could be much more or less, but 1 week a month is...
So are you helping helping Angelo in terms of taking over his duties or export management?
That's the work, yes. Try to, you know, in a family business, you don't have specific roles. You need to take care of everything and overview everything.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty of my job, what I'm trying to do.
Well, thank you very much for the interview and then the wine. Cheers to that. And we hope to see you in India very soon. All the best. Thank you very much. Bye.
Grazie. I go that I have some people.
Please. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Grazie.